Hello everybody, my name is Dinosaur Plays, and today we are playing Return to Ash. Not really much to say beyond that. La la la. Gotta say, this menu is... Sorry, needed to enter full screen on my side so that I could see the game. Amazing opening screen. Let me check the options. Display, full screen, skip, no skip, because... Okay, yeah, that works. Well, let's press start. The hospital was empty, quiet, and brighter than usual. Like waking up on a snowy day. Sorry, like waking up on a snow day. I'm reading the text boxes wrong. Whoopsie daisy. That's really all I gotta say. But I didn't feel cold. I didn't feel much of anything. Weird. Normally opening my eyes to a room this bright would give me a migraine. Instead, I felt no pain at all. No aching muscles, no bed sores, not even a hint of dizziness or nausea. For the first time in 7 years, I felt completely normal. Either I'm cured, or this is a dream, or I'm dead. Hello? I called out, but no one came. Ah, what did I click? I think I hit right click on accident. Nurse? I searched for the call button on the side of my bed, but it wasn't there. Yep, definitely a dream then. My IV bag dripped in response. Or these are some next level painkillers. What am I supposed to do now? Okay. This has to be the funniest prompt I've ever gotten as the very first prompt in a narrative-driven game that's told through a style like Return to Ash or Doki Doki Literature Club. I gotta send this to a friend. Well, now I need to decide if I want to leave the room, wait patiently, or die, I guess. I'm so tempted to click die, I guess. I will wait patiently. I decided to wait patiently. There are 3 options. 1, I'm dreaming and I'll wake up soon. 2, I'm dying, and this part is supposed to be my life flashing before my eyes. It's just that I've spent so much of that life in a hospital room, there's nothing else to show. Or hopefully 3, someone will come to check on me sooner or later. A nice doctor will reassure me that everything is normal and there's nothing to worry about. Someone, please come. I don't like the other options. Ah, no. My second choice of the game is to leave the room or die, I guess. I'm gonna click it. Well, R.I.P. to me. Can't say it was a good one. God, that is hilarious. Am I allowed to laugh about this? Surely I'm allowed to, right? But this is hilarious. Well, RIP to me, can't say it was a good one. I closed my eyes and waited for my brain to shut down, but it didn't. It refused. The weirdest thing was that I didn't feel sleepy at all. I didn't feel hungry either. But that's not too far out of the ordinary. Hospital food doesn't do much to encourage the appetite. Tiredness, however, was my default state of being. Even before I was an inpatient, naps are always my first line of defense. Someone walks into my room, pretend to be asleep. Get invited to hang out somewhere. Sorry, I'm exhausted. Maybe next time. It's no wonder my classmates stopped sending those get well soon cards pretty quick. If I didn't make an effort, why should they? Death doesn't seem to be coming anytime soon. Guess I'm leaving the room. Fine, I'll just go and find someone. I put on some slippers and walked out into the hall. Something tells me this game's gonna be sad and I'm gonna cry. Much to my dismay, there didn't seem to be anyone here either. Something was definitely wrong. Even in the dead of night, you'd see a nurse or two scurrying these halls. Or at the very least, a janitor. But it's broad daylight, and there's absolutely no one. My footsteps echoed quietly in the eerie silence. I peered around the corner to see another stretch of hallway before me. Okay, new explanation. Time has stopped. I slept through the fire alarm, and everyone already evacuated. I was left behind in the confusion. Or it's the rapture, so it's not their fault I was left behind. Nuclear apocalypse. Isn't there a bright flash before the bomb goes off? That must be what this is. I walked steadily down the halls, coming up with more and more ridiculous theories as to what was happening. The dinosaurs came back! Finally, a figure appears, saving me from my madness. Hello? Hi. I was too surprised to know how to react. This wasn't the sort of person I expected to find, and she showed up too suddenly. Instead of focusing on all the possible explanations for what was going on, I should have come up with something to say when I inevitably found someone. Stupid. I didn't think anyone else was here. She looks me up and down, glancing to my IV and then back to my face. She's expecting a response. Quick, think of something to say. I'm looking for a nurse. Where is everyone? Or, cool tie! That's a cool tie? Haha, thanks. Are you feeling okay? I couldn't help but notice you're on an IV. Well, I'm in the hospital for a reason. Her smile falls. Sorry for being a depressing person, lady. She gives me a pitying look, then pauses to consider her next doors. Listen, this isn't— Stop clicking right, you moron! Listen, this isn't a hospital. You died. Fuck! My reaction when I die. Are you okay? You're not having a heart attack, are you? No, I was just really hoping you weren't going to say that. Ah, right, of course. Why would it matter if I was having a heart attack now? I'm apparently dead. I mean, I assumed as much. I just didn't want to face it. How could I have died so unceremoniously? Unless it's just that I don't remember the gruesome details. Oh God! Is this a part of the Ash cinematic universe where I, as a surgeon, kept accidentally getting scalpels stuck in people and thus got fired? Is Ash a victim of Ash? Is that the lore we're coming up with now? Just a billion scalpels stuck in my rib cage? I guess I should be thankful for that, at least. Still, to die in my sleep at the ripe age of 22. You're 22?! It's not how I expected my life to come to an end. The doctors never told me I had however many weeks left to live. It feels so out of nowhere. Did I really die? I'm breathing right now. Out of necessity or habit. The woman clears her throat. I'm sorry, it took me some time to process my own death too. You're also dead? I've been here for about 3 months now, give or take. I wonder how she died. But it's probably rude to ask a stranger something like that. Yo, how did you die, madam? It's not like I'd want to spill my life story either. So, what's your story, kid? She asked without hesitation. I'm not a kid. I'm 22. How is Ash older than Ash? Damn it. This Ash is older than me. And I should be the oldest Ash ever. Why can't you be Pokemon Ash's age? Really? But you look so young. Being hospitalized stunted my growth, I guess. Why are you talking about this? I died. Who cares what I look like? Wow, only 4 years younger than me. Finally, someone I can relate to a little better. My life is pretty far from the average 22-year-old's experience. It's hard to imagine I would be relatable to her in the slightest. What were you hospitalized for? It's not cancer, is it? She's so unbelievably rude! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. No, it's hard to explain. Was it terminal? I continue to be astounded by this woman's complete lack of tact. Can we talk about something else? Sorry, I'm asking because I wanted to discern what your goal might be. My goal? Period. Question mark. I'm dead. Surely there's no reason left to pursue any kind of goals. To my surprise, she laughs. Ha, 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 ha. This might be some kind of afterlife, but that doesn't mean we should give up on living. Ah, yes, we're dead, but we should stay trying to... La 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 la. Sorry, I'm texting someone. Someone very important, one might say. So we're dead, but we need to continue living. My name is Scarlet. I'm going to get my second shot at life, even if it kills me. God, I hope that doesn't come out, you know, being true. I really hope that she doesn't die. So, Ashley Wintergrave is us, also known as Ash. Age is 22. Pronouns, she, her. Notes, a poor soul who just woke up in the afterlife. She was admitted to the hospital 7 years ago, where she was slowly forgotten by her family and friends. God, that's really sad. We've got Scarlet Summers, aged 26, pronouns she, her. Notes, an office worker, gunning for a second shot at life. She's a little rude, but probably means well. Moving words for someone who's already dead. What about you? Do you want to go back? Do I want to go back? Go back to where? When? To where I left off? To before I was hospitalized? The thought of returning to my current everyday life, resuming the stasis I've been in for the past 7 years, it just doesn't sound all that appealing to me. I'm with Ash on this one. The Ashes, we gotta stick together. It's not that I'd rather be dead. It's more like, now that I've died, I feel like I could come to accept it. My head doesn't hurt, and I've been standing here for a while now without feeling dizzy. That's huge for me. Yeah, this is kind of sad. I wonder if I even need this IV anymore. I answered her honestly. I don't know. That makes sense. It sounds like you just got here after all. What's your name? It's Ashley. Ash for short. Alright, Ashley. Walk with me. I'll tell you everything I know. She turned immediately, with complete confidence that I would follow right after her. So I did. Oh no, we're in the lobby. The lobby! Scarlet walked at an easy pace, explaining the mechanics of this afterlife as if... Holy stutter. My gosh. Scarlet walked at an easy pace, explaining the mechanics of this afterlife as if it were a speech she'd rehearsed and recited 20 times. And maybe she had. Clearly, I wasn't the first dead person she'd welcomed here. It was surreal, thinking about the situation I was in, but also how I had no trouble focusing on her explanation, despite that. Usually I feel so lost in a fog. Dead by Daylight reference? I'm kidding, Chet. But my mind is completely clear right now. Is this how my brain would function if I were healthy? Not that it matters anymore. Based on Scarlet's explanation, I should consider this place to be purgatory. We died, but we can move on from here. It's unclear exactly where we would move on to. Apparently, that's up to death. We were on our way to meet them now. So we don't get hungry? Right. Or thirsty. There's nothing to eat or drink here anyway. And we can't sleep. You know, I haven't actually tried. But after 3 full months with no sleep, I haven't had any sort of adverse health effects. Safe to say it's unnecessary. You know for sure it's been 3 months? Time is definitely passing. I've been using my watch to track the days. Because there's no sunrise or sunset. I slow my pace and Scarlet stops in front of me. There's a pitying look on her face. The stasis isn't so bad once you get used to it. I'm already tired of how bright it is. Scarlet laughs, but I wasn't joking. I may have been spared from my usual migraine, but the constant intensity of the light was unnerving to me. If I had a choice of which hospital to spend purgatory in, I'd say St. Fellows was the better option. At least there I had the changing seasons to look forward to. How it'd get quiet after visiting hours are over. The chatty nurse is telling me about... right click. The chatty nurse is telling me about their day as they changed my IV. Being in the hospital for so long, you learn to love the little things. Right click. The alternative is to just feel miserable all the time. Damn right clicks. I'm not miserable. I'm still alive. But I can't even say that anymore. I grip the pole of my IV stand a little tighter. I'm still too afraid to leave it behind. The last few wayward souls who came through here, they made it out pretty quick. Maybe you'll be able to bargain with death too. Then you won't have to get used to this light. I'm not very good at bargaining. She laughs again and presses the button for the elevator. I'll help you. I'm good at debate. Thanks. The elevator doors opened. to reveal a man stacking coins in the center of the floor. Don't come in! I blinked at the confusing sight, but Scarlet cut in without missing a beat. You're still at this? It's been 2 days. There's a lot of coins, and the deadline's coming up pretty soon. Scarlet leaned her forearm against the elevator door to prevent it from closing. Well, can we get in? I'm taking Ashley here to meet Death. Could you maybe catch the next one? No. Scarlet forced her way in, knocking over a stack of coins in the process. Why are you so pushy, Miss Scarlet? Because you're wasting your time. Come on, Ashley. She motioned for me to follow, and I stepped into the elevator. I did my best to avoid the coins at my feet. It was an awkward ride. Right click! When we reached the basement, Scarlet went on ahead. The man moved to shield his coin stacks from her reckless stride. But it turned out to be unnecessary. Her intent seemed more focused on escorting me to wherever Death was, I guess. To the side of the elevator door was another pile of coins. Upon closer inspection, they looked to be some type of play currency. At least I'm not aware of any coins with a skull on them. Doubloons, maybe? Judging by the cartoony design, it seemed like something used for a board game rather than by pirates. Curious and not particularly in any rush to meet Death, I stopped to talk to the man. Why are you stacking coins, mister? Celadon, and you're Ashley, right? I prefer Ash. Let's read about Celadon Flores. Age 34. Pronouns, he/him. My pronouns are USA. A pitiful guy I found in an elevator. Scarlet doesn't seem to care for him much. Celadon picks up a small stack of coins and transports them to the larger pile beside the elevator. His process is methodical and efficient. I can tell he really has been at this for 2 days. It's my trial, so I can revive. He shuffles back into the elevator to pick up the next stack of coins. Trial? Scarlet, clearly tired of waiting, returns to my side. Death told him he had 3 days to bring coins from the top floor to the basement. If he reaches a certain amount, his soul will be released. They have to stay stacked like this. If a single coin faces tails up, it won't count. Sounds tedious. No, I don't mind. It's good exercise. He goes back for the next round of coins. Leave him, Ashley. He's done hundreds of these trials. Death isn't going to let him pass this time either. As Scarlet walks away again, the elevator doors begin to close. Celadon stumbles from his place to block them. The stack of coins he's holding wobbles dangerously. But he quickly steadies them and continues his work, as if nothing had happened. I feel sorry for him. I'd rather be alone, help Celadon, or follow Scarlet. Here, I can help. Really? You don't have to. It looks fun. We both know I'm lying. But he smiles anyway. In that case, feel free. Clack, clack, clack. I carefully stack the coins that Scarlet scattered on the elevator floor, checking that each one is facing heads up. I just dropped my soda. No! It's easy to get absorbed in the task, somewhat addictive even. Each coin I place down gives me a small sense of satisfaction. Jesus Christ. Small sense of satisfaction. And I'm not even getting sore from being hunched over. That part is nice. I can't imagine being stuck doing this for 2 full days, though. That's some serious endurance. Celadon came back and forth, carrying each stack of coins out into the hall. Every once in a while, the elevator door would try to close, and he would lean against it to keep it open. I wonder if I'd be more useful just holding the button down for him, but he seemed to have developed a rhythm around it. I didn't want to interrupt that rhythm any more than I already had. When the last of the coins are gathered into stacks, I begin carrying them out with him. It's so nice of you to lend a hand. Hopefully it's not against the rules or anything. Huh? I'm not messing things up for you, am I? Probably not. I mean, sometimes I fail my trials on a technicality. Well, anyway, Death didn't say about doing it all on my own, just that I had to carry them by hand. Am I doing the right thing by helping him? As long as he's fine with it, I guess. No one's ever helped me with my trials before. Usually people have their own thing going on. He starts heading in the direction Scarlet went earlier. I followed, dragging my IV along with one hand and carrying a small stack of coins in the other. Ah, I'm getting tangled in blankets. No, I'm gonna suffocate from blankets during this stream. I'm pretty sure one of my feet are asleep. Are you sure it's okay for me to keep helping you? Yeah, I don't think it counts as cheating or anything. It's like you're part of my downline. Downline? Yeah, we're like a team. You do a bit of work for me, and we both profit. I can give you some of my coins when this is over. How does that sound? His offer catches me off guard. I wasn't doing this for any kind of profit. I just wanted to be nice. No thanks. I don't have pockets. Haha, well, let me know if you change your mind. I winced a little at how enthusiastically he delivered his pun. Finally, we reached the end of the hall. The room we were transporting the coins to turned out to be a morgue. I could now see firsthand the result of his past 2 days of effort. Glancing around the room, I lock eyes with Scarlet. She shifts her gaze to Celadon, who is currently preoccupied lining up his stacks of coins with the others. Then it suddenly clicks for me. Of course, the place we'd find death waiting would be the morgue. This is where they keep the bodies. The thought of it chills me to the bone, so I focus on the coins in my hand. I place them down with the rest, then move to follow Celadon back out into the hall. Ashley, wait. I stop in my tracks, then reluctantly turn to face the person who is supposed to be helping me negotiate my revival. You feel sorry for him, don't you? She's right, but I'm still inclined to argue. I'm just trying to help. His trial is ending soon anyway, right? There's not a lot of time left, Miss Scarlet. He shouts back at us from the hall. His footsteps echo down it as he goes back for more coins. You're a nice girl, Ashley. Ah, I'm suffocating in blankets again. Help! But don't you think you should focus on saving your own soul? I think I should focus on not being drowned by my blankets during this stream, she says, entirely focused on saving mine. Helping others while I'm at it doesn't hurt. You're doing it too. She doesn't say anything back. I'm already out of the door, catching up to Celadon. His pace slows once he realizes I'm following him. As I close the distance, I try to make conversation. It's kind of messed up that death is making you carry all these coins into the morgue. Morgue? We're walking together now. He blinks at me. Oh, right, you're new. What do you see this place as, Ash? What do I see it as? I can't see, it's too bright. Purgatory? A hospital. It's a hospital, right? Oh, interesting. So that's why there's a morgue. I'm confused by what he's asking me. Do we all see this place differently? For me, it's kind of personal, but I don't mind telling you. This place looks like the rehab facility I was sent to in my early 20s. I was only there for a short time, but it left an impression, I guess. Celadon, no! Celadon, no! What were you in the rehab facility for, Celadon? Rehab? We each pick up the next stack of coins. Yeah. I partied pretty hard back in college. I mean, I thought that's what you're supposed to do in college. Anyway, it got so bad, my family sent me to rehab for a bit. I've been sober ever since. A man who's doing his best to pass death's trial in order to revive. I feel sorry for him, but I have 1 out of 3 hearts for him. I have nothing with Scarlet, and the fourth character is still blocked out. Probably Death. Huh? I have no idea how to respond. It's so far out of my own experience that I can't imagine what it must have been like at all. Were you in college, Ash, before you got here? You're not still in high school, are you? No. I've been in the hospital since I was a teenager. I didn't actually get to go to high school. Oh, that's so sad. I'm sorry. We reach the morgue again and walk back inside. Scarlet doesn't bother us this time. Celadon and I place our coins down, ready to head back out for more. Before we leave, I reconsider this morgue. This room looks different to Celadon. And to Scarlet, too. She told me before that this isn't a hospital. I wonder what it looks like to her. Since it's not really a morgue, it's a lot easier to push down the anxiety I feel about being in here. This is all made up. It's set dressing. Even the coins we're carrying aren't real. Maybe I'll wake up soon and realize it was a dream all along. I just realized I've not saved. No. Stack by stack, we carry away the coins in the hall until there are none left. When I offered to help him, I didn't think I'd get so into it, but the work was meditative and helped keep my mind off of things. Trial 1, Celadon. I'm here because I died. I haven't been able to process that yet. I just dove into helping the stranger with his trial, a trial I don't know anything about. I don't want to think about any of that. I just want to keep focusing on the task at hand. But his trial will be over soon, and death will come to pass judgment. That's how this works, isn't it? Sure enough, as we carry in the last of the coins, we're greeted by death. Holy shite. Why does death look like that? Age, unknown. Pronouns, they, them. Hell yeah, death! Death is woke! A mysterious masked individual. Their words are blunt and straight to the point. Is that Scythe even real? The sight of them startles me, but I take care not to drop any of Celadon's coins. She's young. She doesn't belong here. Scarlet must be bargaining for my soul, like we talked about. It's nice of her to do that, even though I was busy helping Celadon instead. She fits in pretty well, as far as I can see. Death stares in my direction. Are they watching me? I can't tell with the mask. Do you think we have time for one more trip up the elevator? Celadon looks antsy. I'm not sure what he's worried about, though. We already brought so many coins. This is enough, isn't it? Maybe, but one last trip wouldn't hurt. He looks like he's asking my permission. Death walks over to us before I can respond. Time's up, Donnie. Donnie? That's kind of cute. Please stop calling me that. Only my mom calls me Donnie. Scarlet strides over to us, indignant. Excuse me, our conversation was not over. I can tell Scarlet was a Karen when she was alive. I'm kidding, chat. Schedule's full, babe. Come back with a better argument tomorrow. I'm busy. Ugh, just tell him he failed and get it over with already. But please don't do that. I worked really hard. So the trial really is over now. Excuse me. They all turned to face me at once. I'm a little surprised they listened, and massively uncomfortable with the attention. Are you really going to check through every coin? Not just check them. There's a hint of a smirk in their voice. I'm gonna flip them. Flip? And there's the catch. For every coin you brought, we're gonna play heads or tails. If any of them lands on tails, you lose. I thought I just had to place them here face up. Flipping every single one? That's impossible. What are the odds of getting heads so many times in a row? 50-50 for each coin. That's pretty awful RNG. Not gonna happen, or technically possible, right? If my units had a 50% chance of missing, I choose another attack. It's so low, you may as well not even try. Oh, you're a gamer? I hadn't meant to say it out loud, but the despair of this situation really struck me. I'm so sorry, Celadon. Look at Celadon! What did they do to my man? I can't help but feel a little responsible for increasing his burden. Not that removing my contributions would have changed this outcome. Death flips the first coin. Heads. They pick up the next one. Ooh, heads again. They're definitely taking pleasure in this. Celadon cringes visibly at the sound of each coin being tossed. A third coin lands on head, and then a fourth. He watches the results, unable to speak, but it can't go on forever. In fact, it might be set up to make him start to think he has a chance, only for death to take that away. It's just a coin flip, but they manage to turn it into immense psychological torture. Bringing fewer coins would have given him better odds, but then, would he fail for not meeting the minimum requirement? I see why Scarlet didn't bother to help him before. Death's trials are made to be unwinnable. The coin flips pause and Death turns to me. Hey Ashley, heads or tails? Tails. I wasn't asking you. Death wants me to call it. Heads. Scarlet shoots me a look, but I don't budge. I have to stand up to Death somehow. They flip the coin. Tails. You lose, Celadon. Come on, that's not fair. His voice wavers. I think he might cry, which is probably Death's aim with this. Crushing his spirit, giving him hope, only to snuff it right back out. What do they gain from toying with people like that? Celadon has done a lot of these, right? I can't stop myself from speaking up. The situation is too unfair. Yeah, so why can't you just release his soul already? He's tried so hard, right? He's got plenty of time. What do you mean? Death mounts their scythe like a witch on a broomstick. I barely know how to react as my eyes follow them. I can only think of how the ceiling is higher up than I realized. They drift to a stop, then grasp the handle on one of the metal doors. Am I about to see a corpse? It's not a real morgue, but there could still be actual bodies in there. And why hadn't I noticed that this room looks infinitely tall until now? The metal door swings open and a long drawer slides out. It's hard to tell from where I'm standing, but it seems to be lined up with rows upon rows of hourglasses? His is in here. What are those? It's a countdown for every soul that comes here. A countdown? Why is this the first time I'm hearing of a countdown? You never asked. Ugh, like you would have told me. This is how long you have left to live. The sand in the small hourglass falls steadily down. A human life measured in grains of sand. Nice try, we're already dead. Not quite. Celadon stares at the ground, wringing his hands. What do you mean? Death descends again, Celadon's hourglass in hand. Wanna see what happens when I turn this over? They say it in a teasing voice, like it's a game to them. This is someone's life. No, Celadon says what we must all be thinking. But it's cool. Check it out. When Death flips the hourglass over, we all expect the sand inside to reverse direction. But it doesn't. It continues falling upwards, defying gravity. This is how long we have left to live, meaning we are still alive, and maybe because we're still alive, we have a chance to revive. Scarlet said she'd been here for 3 months. How much time does she have left? How much time do I have left? Scarlet lets out an incredulous huff. So you're just going to torture him until his time runs out? Will you release him once it gets down to the wire, or let him die in the end? That's up to him. Unbelievable. Or still alive, even though this is the afterlife? Didn't Scarlet tell you? I looked to Scarlet, but she's already... Jesus Christ, why am I not good with English right now? She's already stormed away. She taps her foot, facing away from us. This is the afterlife for souls who died a social death. Y'all ended up here because you're miserable losers. How dare you, Death? Return to ash. I follow Celadon back to the elevator and up to the ground floor. He holds his hourglass, tapping on it gently, but it does nothing to stop the flow of the sand. We aren't dead yet, but we could die soon. Unless death decides to release our souls, let us revive. We need to pass a trial to do that, as far as I understand it. But the trials are designed to waste our time. Is it a trick then? Is there some other way to overcome this? I don't have enough information. I need to find out more about the rules of this place. Celadon breaks me out of my thoughts and brings me back to the present. Thanks for helping me earlier. No problem. I'm, sorry for not telling you sooner about the social death thing. That's okay. It'd be a weird thing to explain, right? Haha, yeah, so weird. Since he was here before Scarlet, he must know a lot more about this place than she does. Maybe sticking with him was the right call. I can ask him all sorts of things. Is he the right person to talk to? Chat with Celadon. Yeah, Celadon is the nicest guy here. He's not intimidating like the others. Hey. Let's talk. Huh? Sure, Ash. Is there something in particular you wanted to talk about? Everything that happened, I guess. Ah, yeah, how are you feeling after all that? Probably a lot to take in, huh? Death called us miserable losers. A little harsh, right? Yeah, I'm not really miserable, but they're right about me not having any friends. Well, I'll be your friend. You helped me out after all. I am struck by his warmth. He seems so genuine. Can I call you Donnie? Please, anything but that. Hell yeah! A warm and gentle man who's been trapped in the afterlife for years. He's failed death's trials over and over. A mysterious masked individual who appears to be tortured. They seem to have supernatural powers. Scary. We've got Celadon to 2 hearts. We share a laugh and continue chatting. I tell him about myself. How most of my life has revolved around my illness, being hospitalized. How I hadn't had any visitors in over a year. That must have been what marked my social death. My family, everyone. I was dead to them. It's to think about, so I changed the subject. What was your life like? How long have you been here? You know, I'm not really sure how long it's been. Scarlet's the only one with a watch. It doesn't get dark. The days must really blend together, huh? It's probably been a few years. Could you ask Death to find out? They don't like me very much. He sits in one of the chairs and I take the one beside him. My life before this was, I don't know. I ran my own business. I had a wife. I thought my family cared about me. But I went into debt, and no matter how much effort I put into my job, I just sunk deeper and deeper. I thought I was doing what I was supposed to do. Working hard. Hustling, you know? His breath grows unsteady. I don't know what to say, so I keep listening. When she handed me the divorce papers, I thought, great, now I can spend more time selling products. My whole family stopped talking to me. I don't know what I did wrong. Those products help people, but my mom called it a scam. But it's not a scam. They're health supplements. I use them myself. If you have enough people in your downline, you can make thousands of dollars a week. You just have to keep recruiting. And it's fun. You get to work from home and talk to people you never would have talked to before. It's the kind of work you could even do from a hospital bed. Heck, you might feel better if you take them yourself. Health supplements? The company is called You Thrive. Get it? Because it makes you thrive. His mood changed really suddenly. I've never really heard of this company, but it sounds important to him. Ash, when we get out of here, I'll send you the sample kit. You can try it for yourself. That's okay. I shouldn't be taking supplements without my doctor's permission. That's what's great about You Thrive. It doesn't interfere with any medications. It just boosts your immune system, along with many other benefits. This is getting weird. Why is he giving me a sales pitch when we might be stuck in the afterlife forever? Celadon? I'm healthy, so it didn't make any sense that I died. Now he seems back to normal. So this social death thing, that must be it, because no one talks to me anymore. They all blocked my number. Did he scare everyone off with how intense he is about his job? That's pretty sad. Well, at least we have each other, right? We're not friendless losers anymore. Celadon smiles at me, then takes his hourglass from his pocket. He stares down at it with a great sadness in his eyes. The years he spent here, doing Death's impossible trials, that must have taken its toll on him. Beneath his friendly exterior is a man on the verge of breaking. I pat his back, not knowing what else to do. If he was to revive, would he be able to make new friends? Would I? Maybe I can give him a bit of hope. Hey, let's help each other. Huh? The thing about a social life is, it starts as soon as you make even one friend. And we're friends now, so when we get out of here, all we have to do is stay friends in the real world. Ash. Huh. Just when I was wondering what would happen if I broke this thing, he slips his hourglass back in his pocket. Thank you. I'll do my best to pass the next trial. After saying goodbye to Celadon, I decide to look around on my own for a while. Where should I go? I'm going to the morgue. Might as well ask Death for more information about this hourglass stuff. I steel myself and press the button labeled B2. When the elevator doors open, Death's scythe drops in through the small gap like a guillotine. The blade sticks in the floor, set a couple inches deep. It takes me a moment to register what happened. Thank God I wasn't standing right there. Once the door is fully open, they jostle the handle and swing their weapons back over their shoulder casually. I've been expecting you. To kill me? Nah. Wanna hang out? You're not gonna swing your scythe at me anymore, right? Don't be such a baby. Follow me. God, the facial expressions are amazing in this game. It looks like every emotion the characters have could be a meme somewhere on the internet. Like, I have a choice, ellipses. Increased bond with Death. Okay, so Death's hearts are, what is that, a purple? Celadon's are green. Ash is no heart because no, you can't bond with yourself in this game. What color would Scarlet's be? Death brings me back to the morgue, but the atmosphere has completely changed. Is this a different room? It's my room. How'd you deck it out so fast? This place looks extremely lived in, from the half-eaten bags of snacks on the floor to the controllers scattered near the beanbag chair. Magic. Don't worry about it. Right, I should know better than to ask, considering I've also seen them fly! The big screen TV catches my attention. There's a tantalizing lineup of all the latest game consoles below it. Are we gonna play video games or something? I'm getting a little excited now. The only games I had in the hospital were on my favorite childhood handheld. Death strides over to the controllers and on the floor and picks one of them up. We're gonna play GTA 5. That is hilarious. I just got soda on the floor. Uh-oh. Thank God I didn't spill it on Death's consoles. GDA? Glorious Devil's Avarice. How have you not heard of that? Oh, the kids down the street I grew up with had one of those games. I watched them play the Sintown one, I think. Yeah, that's the old one. 5's cooler. It's got way better graphics. How do you play? It's single player. You just watch. Wow, what fun. How long am I going to be stuck here hanging out with them? Death turns the console on and boots up the game. The graphics really are better than Sintown's. In GTA, you play as a devil girl named Lucy. She's like if Lucifer were a sexy lady. It's a raunchy game that appeals to edgy preteens and middle schoolers. In the case of my childhood friends, their parents didn't seem to understand the rating system and bought it out of ignorance. There's a main story mode, but I think most people play the game for the sandbox aspect. You can pick up guns and steal cars and kill people. It takes place in hell, so I guess you're killing other sinners. I don't think it's the kind of game with deep lore attached to it. Death loads a save and shows me their character. Lucy's dressed in cargo pants and a bikini top with a huge rifle on her back. She looks absolutely ridiculous, but the over-the-top aesthetic of the game is kind of the selling point. Check this out. They say equipping a huge rocket launcher. They fire it as a gas station, then walk towards the camera in slow motion for dramatic effect. The explosions in this game are so realistic. Actually, I've never seen an explosion in real life, so maybe they're not? They look more real than the ones from the previous game anyways. I comment on how cool it was, while Death cackles away, stealing a fast-looking car and evading Hell's police force. Because Hell just has one of those. They're having a great time. Like me! Wait, how long do I have to watch them play this? The clock is ticking in this hourglass situation. Hey, Death, can you pause? Why? Because, well, I was wondering when you were gonna give out more trials. Death hits pause on the controller and turns to me. Why? I mean, I haven't gotten one yet, and you haven't given me my hourglass either. That's because you don't have one. I don't? I'll give you a trial later. Now, do you want to watch me play GTA or not? Is it okay if I don't? Do whatever you want. They unpause their game. I'll take that as my cue to leave. Well, Death is kind of cool. Never thought I'd say that. I make my way back to the elevator, feeling a bit drained. I figure it's best... Damn. I figure it's best for me to just go back to the room I woke up in this morning, if it was even morning. I press the button, and the doors close. I find Scarlet leaning against the wall in the hallway where we first met. Maybe she comes up here to think. It is nice and quiet. She notices me right away, thanks to the wheels of my IV stand rolling across the tile floor. Once we make eye contact, I give a little wave and a smile, trying to act friendly. Oh, Ashley. Hey, so we're not dead after all, huh? She was the one to tell me I was dead in the first place, but Death made it sound like she knew otherwise. It's been bothering me, honestly. So they say. After a moment of silence, I realize I'm gonna have to be the one to force this conversation. You knew that it was a social death, didn't you? I don't believe I know anything about this place. Her tone carries a mix of annoyance and exhaustion. You can't trust anything Death says. All they want is to keep us all under their thumb. This hourglass thing might be part of that. You think so? Ah, my mouse is driving me crazy. Maybe. She holds up her hourglass, turning it sideways. There's no way to confirm that this thing has anything to do with whatever life I have left. In fact, I'm certain that in my case it doesn't. How can you be sure? Where's my cursor? I know that I'm dead, Ashley. Her tone is cold and intense, a little frightening even. That doesn't make it okay to lie to me. My voice wavers. I'm horrible at confrontation. But she backs down anyways. Yay, Yahoo! I've been playing this game for 53 minutes and it feels like it's been 10. If you had just explained it differently, like how Death did, a social death is a lot easier for me to accept than my actual literal death, you know. But what if that's the lie? What then, Ashley? We don't know that it is. I mean, how do you know you're really dead? Because I was murdered. Scarlet slips the hourglass into her pocket and enters the room beside us. You got murdered and didn't think to tell me that? I told you I died from a illness or something, and you didn't tell me you were stabbed or something. At least you're at least be like Celadon and say you don't know how you died. I guarantee Celadon died to his health supplements. If that's the case, she had every reason to believe Death was lying. She just didn't want to get my hopes up. I follow her inside to apologize. Scarlet stands at the other side of the room, gazing out the window into the endless void. Scarlet, I'm sorry. You were right about Celadon's trial, too. I should have just trusted you. You think I'm a cold-hearted bitch! What? That's not true. She can be a little mean, but a bitch? I wouldn't think that at all. I get it all the time. I'm sure people would admire my personality more if I were a man. You're not a bitch, Scarlet. Anyone who calls you that just sucks. You're a good girl, Ashley. She sighs, letting go of it. Okay, so we've got red, green, and purple. I'm sorry for making you feel like I lied to you. Let's share information properly this time. Yeah. Whatever helps us get out of here. The soundtrack in this game is beautiful. Like, it is beautiful and it is emotional. I am confident to say it's some of the best I've heard throughout games. Scarlet starts by showing me her hourglass. It's nearly full at the top, meaning she has plenty of time to revive, according to Death anyway. I wasn't given an hourglass, so there's no telling how much time I have. But Scarlet's still doing just fine after 3 months. Maybe I don't need to worry about it so soon. Knowing the deadline might only make me panic in the end, so we decide to forget about it for now. Scarlet folds her arms and leans back against the window. The other thing I should tell you is this isn't a hospital. Oh yeah, Celadon mentioned that before, how it looks different to everyone. So then, what is this place to you, Scarlet? To me, it's an office building, the one I used to work at. Scarlet goes into another one of her speeches, although this one feels far less rehearsed. Before she was killed, she was forced to quit her job. She doesn't say what this job was exactly, but there was some kind of scandal caused by her boss, and she was unknowingly complicit in it. All she did was shred some papers like she was told. That got her stalked by journalists, and there was all this public outrage. I'm surprised I hadn't heard of whatever this case was, but it's not like I watched the news. Scarlet delivers her story coldly, without a hint of emotion attached. She sounds tired of it all. I don't want to push her with more questions, but I don't get this at all. So then, if your boss was the bad guy here, why were they coming after you instead? God knows, Ashley. If I call it misogyny, they'll accuse me of dodging culpability. None of my friends wanted anything to do with me. They didn't want the trouble. Some of them even believed those articles. I was getting harassed on the street. I could barely leave my apartment. A social death, meaning all of her relationships are destroyed. What about your family? My brother passed away when I was young, and I haven't spoken to my father since I was a teenager. We never got along. I may as well not have a family, because maybe it's better that way. They would have become targets because of me. Because of you. Weren't you only in that situation because of your boss? Uh-huh. It's unfair, isn't it? I ignored the rumors about him. We even used to get along. But it turns out he's just another shitty, abusive white man in a long line of shitty, abusive white men. Hating him is easy. It's boring. Me, on the other hand, I'm a traitor to my entire gender. I'm despicable. A traitor, but what? This all sounds so extreme. It's because I'm the one who destroyed the evidence. It doesn't matter that I didn't know what I was on those papers. Everyone believes that I must have known. If I'd just taken the time to look through them, if I hadn't been so buried in work, I could have realized what they were. That fucking bastard. I'm just the last in the line of women whose lives he's ruined. Scarlet sighs again, much heavier this time. Still so painful to think about. You'd think after a few months away from it all, I could laugh about it. How could anyone laugh about any of that? It led you to getting killed, didn't it? Something like that, huh? Her murder must have been related to this, right? I thought that's what she was telling me. Anyway, I'd rather not dwell on it. When I revive, I'll be starting completely over. Starting over? Like a whole new life? That's the plan. There's no salvaging my old life. I'm dead. But that doesn't mean... but that doesn't have to mean the end of Scarlet. Or maybe I can change my name to... That's not how you spell rogue. No. Wait, no, that is how you spell rogue. I'm thinking of a different spelling for rogue. No. The English, no. Rogue sounds nice. Rogue, I like that. Can I change it right away? What, and have to explain myself to everyone? No thanks. I don't think anyone would make a big deal out of it. All that aside, let's stay focused on where we are right now. Right, finding a way to revive. Well, listen, Scarlet. Celadon and I are gonna help each other. Maybe if we work together, we can beat death. Celadon, huh? You think that earnestly doing those trials is going to get you anywhere? I mean, I know it hasn't worked for him so far, but he hasn't had any help until now. And you know, if we were really here because of our social lives were over, don't you think making friends is the way out? No, I don't think so. Huh? Life isn't sunshine and rainbows, Ashley. The power of friendship won't save the day here. But it might. We'd be stronger as a team, and maybe we could... Did you forget I was murdered? Oh. You really think teamwork can bring back the dead? She makes it sound so childish. Am I wrong to think we can save each other? No, there has to be some sort of secret to this afterlife that only death has access to. The source of their powers. If you want to cast your bet with Celadon, go right ahead. I'm not wasting my time on any more trials. Scarlet. She leaves the room, and I'm left standing alone and dejected. When I get back to the lobby, Celadon is sitting right where I left him. Oh hey Ash, did you have fun exploring the place? Yeah, sorta. And I talked to the others. Ah, how'd that go? Scarlet doesn't want to help us, and Death is only interested in playing video games. There's games here? They didn't let me play. Haha, if they did, it'd probably be for a trial anyway. That's too bad about Scarlet though. We all have this same goal. We should just work together. She said the power of friendship won't save the day. She's not gonna do any trials. What does she have against the power of friendship? It's helping me stay hopeful at least. Yeah, me too. A silence hangs between us for a moment. Celadon looks to the ceiling and sighs. Can I be honest with you, Ash? Sure. Sometimes I wonder if I'd be better off staying here. What do you mean? If I woke up tomorrow, I'd go back to my normal life. Back to my messy apartment, frozen meals, paying bills, selling products. Back to credit card debt. Oh god, it's been such a relief not having to worry about my financial situation. But you're doing the trial so you can revive, right? That's the goal. It is. Even though my life is a mess, I can't just abandon it, right? What would I do if I actually stayed here? If he's really been here for years, that messy life he's talking about must feel so far away. Mine still feels like I only just lost it. Is there anything you miss from the real world? I miss showering. Showering? I haven't found any bathrooms at all in this place. Isn't that weird? Not that we need them. Oh, you're right. There aren't even any sinks, are there? My hair never gets greasy, and I haven't felt sweaty, even with all the running around I've done. But technically, I haven't showered in years. I don't stink, do I? Haha, no. You don't smell like anything. Good, good. But I still feel like I want to shower again. I miss that refreshing feeling of being all warm and clean. I can't relate. I've always hated showering. What? Really? How come? It just sucks. Having to get used to the changing temperatures is so uncomfortable. I can't stand up for that long. Well, normally, I mean. I don't get tired here. Huh? I guess being here has its benefits. That's interesting. The TV screen above us suddenly flashed a bright staticky white. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Calling all losers. I thought of some trials for y'all. Come downstairs to get started. The screen switched off in unison as abruptly as they turned on. Celadon and I exchanged looks. Are you ready? No, but we should probably go anyway. Sorry, chat. Return to Ash. When Celadon and I reach the morgue, Scarlet and Death are already there waiting for us. I wave to Scarlet, but she turns away. I guess she's mad at me for sticking with Celadon. You didn't give me a choice, video game! Now that we've assembled, Death taps their scythe on the floor and makes their announcement. Scarlet, it's time for your next trial. Pass. She said it so quickly, Death barely even had time to finish their sentence. Ash, then. They turn to me. I can feel myself starting to sweat. I made you something special. It's a video game. A game? Like GDA or something? No, I can't 3D model for shit. I made you a card game. They pull out a small handheld and offer it to me. It's a retro model, similar to the one I got in elementary school. This is a Pain Boy. The card's already in there, so turn it on and try it out. If you can beat my game, you'll get to revive. I have a feeling Death designed something extremely difficult, maybe even impossible. Should I play Death's game? I click the on switch. Can't hurt to try. Vapors pick up. Pick up cards from 2 to A. The game begins with one Joker face up. Collect their suits in this order. A, 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 A. So we need a club, a heart. Wait. A spades, a heart, a clubs, and a diamond. Got that. I know the suits. Let's press the just play already button. Wow, that's so cheaty. Which one am I looking for? Let's take my guess. I'm looking for spades, right? What? Aren't I supposed to get spades? Oh, spades 2. Man, that felt impossible. I shut the game off in defeat. I give up. I don't have the patience for this. Death snickers, taking back their Pain Boy. This was a waste of time after all. I couldn't help but feel nervous for him too. I pat his arm to offer some reassurance. You can do it, buddy. Thanks, Ash. Okay, Death. What is it? What do you need me to do this time? Not much. Death ascends high over our heads, just like they did before. They open a different drawer this time. When they pull out the table, it appears to be empty. This game is simple. They descend back down towards us with a hint of darkness. It's called Say When. Before I know it, my feet leave the ground. I barely have time to register what's going on before my body hits cold metal. My IV bag hits my chest and I scramble to catch it. When did it get taken off its hook? Where am... Slam! Darkness. The blinding white light I had only just gotten used to was replaced with an oppressive black that turned my confusion into abject fear. I'm stunned, terrified to move an inch. All I can do is breathe while my mind searches for an explanation. Ash! Sedon's voice gets through to me. It's coming from somewhere below me, muffled slightly. What the fuck are you doing? Let her out. I'm inside of something. God, I'm so dumb. Tentatively reach one hand out into the darkness in front of my face. It's flat, smooth, and cold. Metal, like the surface I was thrown onto. I reach the same hand to the side, more panicked this time. Clang. My worst fears are realized. I've been shoved inside one of the drawers in the wall. A drawer meant for dead bodies. But please! I don't want to be in here. Please, someone! My words come out as a whimper. I'm not sure anyone can even hear them. It's up to you to save her, Donnie. I'll let her out if you ask. Death's voice is taunting, like a playground bully. The sound of someone who isn't really going to do what they're offering. But, free her too soon, and you lose the trial. Saladin! I call out in a panicked desperation. He has to let me out. He has to. Let her out. He really flushes over me. He really didn't. He gave up on his trial for me. I don't have to stay locked up in here like a corpse. Death opens the locker and light returns to my world. This bright light that I hated. I get to come back to it now. I get to see my friends' faces again. My friends, well, Celadon is definitely a friend. Scarlet isn't happy with me, but she might come around. As for Death, they're at least helping me down from here. Banging my IV bag on its hook. It's half empty now. Celadon rushes over to me once I've gathered myself. Are you okay? Yeah, that was scary. Thanks for calling it off. Well, you know what they say. Live to fight again another day. Yeah, you'll win the next one. Glance over at Death and Scarlet. This is why I don't bother with these things. But I'm glad Celadon had the good sense to let you out, Ashley. I would have kicked his ass if he didn't. I let out a small laugh. I could see that happening. I can feel Death staring me down through their mask. This probably isn't the outcome they were expecting. Okay, losers, clearly my trials this time weren't up to snuff. I've already thought of something better for you, Donnie. You better relax while I prepare it. It's gonna be hard to relax, but okay. Let's go to my room. I offered without a second thought. I figured it'd be a nice place to just chill. Far away from this awful morgue, at least. You have a room, Ash? Sorry, I woke up, so that's how I think of it. You're welcome to come too, Scarlet. We can, strategize or something. No, thank you. I'll keep investigating on my own. Scarlet turned to leave, this time giving a smile and a wave before exiting the room. At least she doesn't seem to be mad at me or anything. That's good. Do we still have to strategize? Nah, let's relax. Who knows what that's gonna throw at us next? Yeah, I try not to guess ahead of time. It just makes me more anxious. We smile and laugh with each other as we head towards the elevator. It feels so nice to make a real friend. Increased bond with Celadon. That's all 3 hearts. My new friend. He's a D4C who's been trapped in the afterlife for years, failing death's trials over and over. I'm gonna help him revive. So this is your room? Yeah, my hospital room. Celadon looks around, approaching one of the empty walls. Right, these rooms are all an illusion. What do you see it as? Is my bed still a bed? Yeah, it's like a dorm room. There are nice paintings on the walls. Paintings? Yeah, of nature and stuff. I remember them from my time in rehab. Celadon has told me a lot of personal stuff in the short time I've known him. I wonder if I should open up more too. I guess I already told him about being in the hospital though. Is there anything else to my life really? I've had to focus on my health for so long. I don't have many options when it comes to hobbies. Mostly I just play video games. I doubt he's interested in that kind of thing though. He's much older than me, and judging by what he's mentioned so far, he spends his time out in the world talking to people. He was even married. Well, divorced now. He's lived a much fuller life than me. What's wrong, Ash? Must have let my sadness show on my face because now he's worried about me. What should I say? Oh, nothing. I just didn't know how to respond. I hope he buys that. It's kinda true. I won't bring up rehab again if it makes you uncomfortable or something. No, that's not it. I'm glad you're open about stuff like that. It makes you easy to talk to. Scarlet and Death are a lot more closed off in comparison. Yeah, I probably know more about you than I do about Scarlet. Really? When I asked how she ended up here, she snapped at me and said it's none of my business. Guess it's not something she can usually share with everyone. It seemed painful for her to talk about. Celadon and I take a seat on the bed and continue chatting. I tell him a little about my family. How my mom works in real estate and my dad's in IT tech. Since they both work, I've always been well provided for, but I was left on my own a lot. I always got the feeling they cared more about their jobs than me. It can't be easy having to care for a sick kid all the time, though, so I guess I don't blame them. I feel like they only had me because you're kinda expected to have a kid after you get married. I'm not sure either of them were all that excited about being parents. They still took care of me, though, even if it felt a little distant. I've also had trouble connecting with both of them. Someone once told me that your relationships with your parents change a lot more once you're an adult and can see them more as a person, but, well, maybe it's because of my circumstances. The only change in our relationship was that they weren't obligated to care for me as much anymore. They still pay for my health insurance, at least. I haven't been completely abandoned. I just haven't heard from either of them in a long time. My IV drips. Alright, it was starting to run low, wasn't it? My AV is gonna run out. Uh-oh, that's not good. I open up the cabinets, curious to see if there are any medical supplies stored inside. But every one of them is empty. Wouldn't you need a nurse to help change the IV anyway? I've seen them do it enough time. I just need an extra set of hands. I'm bad with needles. Maybe Scarlet can help. What's in this bag anyway? If it's just saline, I'm probably fine without it. But if it's medication, if it's the reason I've been feeling so healthy, I really shouldn't risk going without it. Oh my god, I guarantee the IV is Ash's version of the hourglass that Celadon and Scarlet have. Celadon, can you help me search for a refill? Sure, whatever you need, Ash. We make our way down opposite sides of the hall, checking each door along the way. One of these has to be a supply closet, right? That's what I expected, but it's just been identical room after identical room. What am I going to do if I can't find a refill? Does it even matter here in the afterlife? If I don't need to eat or sleep, I shouldn't need medication either, right? But I woke up here with the IV in. It feels important. So we keep searching, but soon we reach the end of the hall. Find anything? Sorry, they're all empty. The closets don't even have hangers in them. Let's try another floor. As we make our way to the elevator, we hear a familiar voice come through the PA system. Why are you making me... Ugh! Ashley and Celadon, you're needed at the front desk, please. Her words are falsely sweet, like a customer service rep faking her way through the day. Oh, I gotta go back and reread it then. Ashley and Celadon, you're needed at the front desk, please. Maybe the front desk will be a good place to check anyway. His tone is hopeful, but I'm not. We can make a quick stop there anyway. While the elevator descends to the lobby, I stare nervously at my IV bag. It drips once, trying to intimidate me. Scarlet is seated behind the front desk, playing her part as the hospital receptionist. Death leans over the counter, looking like a delinquent, looking like a delinquent, giving her a hard time. Well, that's basically what's going on here. Death is the bully, giving all of us a hard time. Celadon and I walk over to the pair together. I'm worried about my IV. Will it even last through another trial? I should probably mention it before we get sidetracked. Before I get a chance to speak, Death calls out to us all. Wow, the guys really came running. Masochists. They made fun of us for following instructions. Scarlet fires back from behind the desk before I can figure out how to respond. Oh, shut up. You'd criticize them if they took their time getting here, too. She stands up and walks over to greet us. Listen, Death is plotting something. They haven't left me alone since the previous trial. Sorry you had to put up with that, Miss Scarlet. But, there's actually something urgent we should talk about. Celadon gestures to me. It's kind of him to give me an opening like this. Something urgent? We've been running around looking for medical supplies. My IV is gonna run out soon, so... Ah, you're right, it's drained so much. Death, Ashley needs a new IV bag. Are there any refills? Maybe. This is a medical emergency, isn't it? Not really sure. Mostly I would feel weird without it. Death leans forward, turning to Celadon with a snicker. You wanna cancel the trial? Can we just postpone it? No, that's annoying. What is the trial anyway? Ash, we shouldn't start it before you settle your emergency. But I want to know. If it's impossible, we can forfeit right away. Oh, okay. As long as you're fine with it. Well, I'm not fine with it. I'm gonna help you look, Ashley. Scarlet turns to leave. Death stops her. Are you sure you want to do that, Scarlet? She freezes. Death's planning something after all. Donnie's trial is gonna require everyone's participation, including yours. Fine, explain the stupid trial, then I'm leaving. Heh, alright. For phase 1 of this trial, a certain drug is hidden somewhere in this building. A drug? Like medication? Scarlet, you saw me hide it. The trial won't progress until it's brought here. I certainly saw you hide something, but I couldn't see what it was. It's something for you, Ashley. Is it for my IV? I'm too afraid to ask. If you hid our meds, just tell us already. Heh, you'll see when you find it. Death walks around the desk, then plops down in the office chair. They lean back and put their feet up on the desk. Scarlet takes off towards the staircase in a hurry. At least she didn't need convincing. Should we wait here? Never had to think about what would happen if I ran out of medication before. There are always nurses taking care of that for me. And before I was hospitalized, my mom always managed it. But we're in the afterlife, a place where your body's condition stays the same, even if you don't eat or sleep. So you shouldn't think of it as normal medication, probably. Still, if I really didn't need an IV, why did I wake up with it in? It's not just fluids, is it? If I keep talking in circles like this, my time will run out. My time. It's running out, like an hourglass. Huh? Oh my god! I was right! I predicted it! Hell yeah! Ash's IV is the hourglass. Holy, I did not... I didn't even know about this game until like a few days ago, and I postponed watching anything about it because like a game like this and Doki Doki Literature Club are better experienced without the... Sorry, chat. I'm having my own medical emergency while the other Ash is having her medical emergency. Ow! But I gotta say... Oh shit, that's bad. But yeah, I know nothing about this darned game other than you play as Ash and it's narrative driven. I knew nothing before beginning this game. Why am I talking about my predictions? If that's true, then Death Snickers behind the desk. Man, that's a good one. Hidden in plain sight, huh? Am I right? Do I really only have this much time left? Gee, I wonder. Screw you. I want to revive. I'm not ready to die yet. The door to the stairwell swings open and Scarlet comes running back to us. Scarlet, did you find it? It's not an IV bag. It's some type of liquid, though. Conine? She shows us the bottle. It's unlabeled, save for a hastily attached piece of masking tape with a word scribbled on it in black ink. Conine? What is that? What is this for? Death takes the bottle out of her hand, then waves it around like a prize. Conine is a chemical compound extracted from a plant called poison hemlock. The small dose is enough to cause paralysis. Starts in your toes, then works all the way up through your whole system. If you ingest it, it causes respiratory failure. You'll be conscious, unable to breathe, slowly losing oxygen until you die. In other words, it's deadly poison. Poison? You can't mean... Ruh-roh, chat. For the second part of your trial, Donnie, Ashley over here has to drink this. What? Me? It has to be you. You're such good friends, right? Why don't you drink it instead, you monster? Gullet off. You don't have to drink that, Ash. It's not up to you, Celadon. This time, it's Ash's choice. But I'll throw you a bone, Ash. Let's count this trial as a double whammy. If you drink it, I'll let you revive with Celadon. Assuming you survive, that is. I'll be waiting outside. You have 5 minutes. With that, Death turns on their heel and walks out the automatic doors. It's up to me. You're not seriously considering this. We think my IV might be serving as my hourglass, since I didn't have one. The hourglass thing is all nonsense. It's not proven. Right, but we don't know what happens when the fluid runs out. I could be trapped here forever, which means doing this for Celadon might be the only way for both of us. You shouldn't have to... Don't die in such a horrible way. We're already dead, aren't we? I don't care. Don't fucking kill yourself. I'm gonna talk to Celadon. Celadon? Don't do it, Ash. Don't want to. It sounds horrible, but it might be our only chance. It's not worth it. I'm not worth it. I can just hang on to the next trial. I probably don't have that long. Don't say that. Scarlet and I will find you a refill. I was thinking, if I might be stuck in the afterlife soon anyway, then I can at least help you get out of here. I'll respect your choice, whatever you want to do. Step towards the automatic doors. Look, we don't even know if poison has any effect in the afterlife. I felt just fine the entire time I've been here. I haven't felt normal like that since I was a little kid. I don't know if that's because this place is special, or if it's because whatever's in my IV was helping me. But I think my time left to feel good is over now. Something that shouldn't have been possible in the first place. That's why I'm okay with this. Don't worry about me, okay? I stepped outside. God, this game got really sad really quickly. Oh, God. I stepped outside, letting the doors close behind me before Scarlet or Celadon could say another word. Beyond the hospital doors is an endless expanse of bright white. Hard to believe there's a place even brighter than the inside of that hospital. Although, I guess it's all an illusion. That's what I'm banking on. The illusion of it all. This place isn't real, my IV isn't real, and the poison isn't real. Maybe. I hope. I think Celadon is real, though. I have a chance to help him whether I turn out to be right or wrong. Whoa, he really came out. Yep, I'm ready. They hand me the bottle of poison. The glass is thick and heavy. Looks like you still have some time left. Any last words? Not really. I twist open the cap. There isn't any particular smell to the liquid. Seriously? You're ready to sacrifice yourself just like that? You said I can revive if I drink it too. You're willing to die horribly for a chance to go back to the real world? To go back to the pain and suffering of every single day of your life? Well, I made a friend, so maybe I won't have to suffer alone anymore. Huh, you're nuts, you know that? You're the one who came up with the trial. Yeah, and it's an insane one. Who the hell would choose to drink lethal poison for some schlub they just met? They're right. I don't have to do this. I could probably get used to things here in the afterlife. Being stuck here might not be so bad. Stop right-clicking during serious moments! There are so many things I don't know about this place. It's a little fun trying to learn about it all. If death is okay living here, maybe I could be too. If you could call this living. But I'm not really doing this for my own revival. I like Celadon. He deserves a win. Conine. The open bottle weighs heavily in my hands. I don't have an option other than drink it. Oh god, why'd you have to be so sad? Return to Ash. I chug the entire thing in one go. No. I don't wanna chug. No. The sadness is sad. Can't believe that this game that isn't supposed to be sad is so sad. It's disgusting, but I've taken worse tasting medicine before. I keep my eyes shut tight as I wait for the effects of the poison to hit, but I don't feel anything. How long is this supposed to take anyway? Damn it, you guys win. Death walks back towards the hospital. Doors. What happens now? How long until I, die horribly? Shut up and come with me. When we walk back into the building, Scarlet and Celadon run up to me with faces full of concern. Ash, how are you feeling? Normal, I guess? It had a bad aftertaste, but I don't feel any different yet. What's gonna happen to her death? Nothing. Ugh. Death's voice is whiny and childish. Gotta go back and read it. Nothing. Ugh. Death's voice is whiny and childish. The voice of a sore loser. But she drank the entire bottle of Conine. It's a fucking tincture. Tincture. Like those health products you used to sell, Donnie. I've never sold poison. That's what I'm saying. It was a Conine tincture. They start with hemlock, then dilute it down until there isn't a single molecule of hemlock left. They say it keeps the memory of the plant, but it's mostly water. It's water? But then the healthy tinctures I sold also scam. This shit's called homeopathy. Learned about it on a podcast. Oh my god, there's a chance Death listened to I'm kidding. Obviously, Death is morally correct enough to not listen to a Charlie Kirk podcast. So that's the catch. Haha, I called their bluff. Totally wasn't drinking it because I... Shut up, bitch. I made it too easy. Anyway, we get to revive now, right? You and Celadon do. Tough luck, Scarlet. I feel bad leaving her behind. She helped with the trial, too. What are you gonna do, Scarlet? Don't worry about me. Compared to Celadon, I only just got here. Go on ahead, Ashley, before your time runs out. With Scarlet's blessing, I look to Celadon, then death. It looks like the power of friendship shaped the day after all. Barf. Death walks us over to the elevator. They tell us that no one's ever won a trial before, so they aren't sure exactly how the whole process works. It's weird. I thought they knew everything about this place, but maybe it's all a front? As fake as the poison they made me drink? Either way, it's just me and Celadon now. This elevator is apparently the way out of here. The only way. Aside from walking out those front doors and wandering into the void, this is the only place in the building that death can't see inside. So if there really is a way to revive, it's through here. All we need to do now is figure out how. Celadon and I look around as the walls and ceilings inside the elevator, each surface is smooth, with no signs of any doors or hidden doors or compartments. I've been in this elevator so many times. Can we really leave from here? Death said they saw people go in and not come out. They had to have gone somewhere. I've seen a lot of people come and go during my time here. They always just disappeared one day. I guess I've always been too focused on my own trials to really pay attention to that kind of thing. I don't know if I would have noticed either. My eyes fall on the panel of buttons. There's something odd about them. Oh, this wasn't here before. Celadon leans in close, pointing to a button with an O on it. Or maybe a 0? This must be it. We found it, Ash. Should I press it? Go ahead, you learned this. Even though this was the trial where I did the least. Celadon presses the button. The elevator doors close. Going up, huh? Yeah, we're definitely rising. Is this what revival is supposed to feel like? I guess I'd be more worried if we were going down. Yeah, you're right. The two of us stand in silence, unsure of what to say to each other. No one's ever sacrificed themselves like that for me. It wasn't a sacrifice, though. It's the thought that counts. There's silence. How long would this elevator ride be, and will we ever get to see each other again after this? Before I know it, the floor has transformed into a field of dandelions. Hey, Ash. Yeah, you sing this too, right? What hospital are you staying at? Oh, it's St. Philip's. Ah, I know that's place. That's where my grandfather. Well, let's not talk about that. Too depressing. Wanna come visit? Yes, if that would be okay. Good. That's something to look forward to. I hope he really come visit, as long as he doesn't try to sell me any supplements. He used to work in health insurance. Oh no, he's not reading my mind, is he? Claims department. I was the guy who looked at insurance claims and tried to find any loophole I could so that the company could deny them. After my grandfather passed, seeing his medical bills, the funeral costs, everything, just couldn't work there anymore. Right click again! No! What an awful thing to do to people. That sounds hard, yeah. That's why I wanted to work in medicine, but there was no way I could afford to go to medical school. I thought selling supplements was the next best thing. I really, really wanted to be able to help people, but my life kept spiraling out of control. So I really can't thank you enough for helping someone like me. Aw, it's no problem. Actually, I'm really glad to have been able to help someone at all. Usually I'm no use to anyone. My eyes well up with tears. Celadon doesn't respond. Celadon? We're still rising. It's too bright to see anything anymore. Please come visit me. I want to stay friends after this. I call out to him, but I'm pretty sure he's gone now. Friends, huh? I thought I might never make a new one. So nice. I was wrong about that. I feel so light and warm. I just hope we'll meet again soon. A Serenity Forge game. Creative director Sophie Gray. Executive director Sang-Shua Yang. Lead producer Matt. Writer Sophie Gray. Artist Sophie Gray. So, man, I don't know what to say. I guess, well, I was right to say early on. Oh my god! You can see in the back. That's Celadon and Ash. Celadon actually went to go visit Ash in the hospital. Extras? Wow, the music really is good. Play cards? Oh, it's this thing. No, no, I don't wanna. Concept art. Ah. Well, I think I just got Death's look spoiled to me. No, I don't want to be here. Concept. Ash. Yikes. Which 3 of 4 unlocked? Uh-oh. Well, that's gonna be my first stream of Return to Ash. If you guys want to see more, let me know in the comments of this when it's a video, because then I'll return to the game. Ash returns to Ash. Sorry, Ash returns to Return to Ash. And I will make a video getting the endings, all of them. There's 6 endings. Revive alone. You need to leave Scarlet behind. You need to win Reaper's pickup. You need to revive with Scarlet, revive with Death, bad ending, and bad ending 2. There's 2 bad endings. I thank you guys for tuning in. Remember, I need to get back in the habit of my old intro where I tell you guys you matter, I'm proud of you, and thank you for tuning in. Goodbye, everyone.